How much do you owe in student loans and credit cards? It's none of my business, but if you're like me, having debt hanging above your head is not a good feeling. I'll be talking about the Dave Ramsey program for getting out of debt and saving money. My wife and I went through this program in January and learned a ton of information. In this speech, I'll give some examples of the financial state of the average American and then show how a financial class like Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University can be a life changer. So how are you with money? Are you a spender or a saver? How much do you have saved? According to Q Fortel of MarketWatch, 62% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved, and 21% have zero saved. So what do you do in an emergency, like a car accident where you need to pay $500, $600 to get your car fixed? Well, you'll have to either take out a loan or put it on a credit card. But why do people get these loans? Because they have no savings. And you got to take out a loan and get a credit card to build credit though. But what is a credit score worth? Credit score is a measure of how good you are at borrowing money. In order to borrow more money, you have to borrow smaller amounts of money. So how much will that cost you in the end? So when you borrow money, you have to pay it back, usually with a high amount of interest. So how much does all that cost after it's all paid off? The average American household, according to L. Sun of USA Today, owes $16,000 in credit cards, $29,000 in auto loans, $50,000 in student loans, and $182,000 in home mortgages. That totals to over $180,000 before interest. So let's look at the typical interest rate for each of these. The credit card average interest rate is 16.73% and paid in the average amount of time of 63 months without adding any more debt to that will cost you $8,711 more in interest. An auto loan at 4.21% with the average 60-month payoff will cost an additional $3,269. A student loan at 5% on a 10-year plan will be $13,800 extra. And the home mortgage on a 30-year fixed rate of 5% will cost $170,000 in interest. These rates and time frames are just the averages, but they change daily, but it's a general idea. So a total of $195,000 is spent on interest if no more debt is ever added. So why do we just accept the fact that we must do this? Do we really have to pay the companies to borrow money? Why don't we just stop the cycle and pay it in cash? Well, there is a way to do that. There's a way to stop living paycheck to paycheck and making minimum payments and barely scraping by each month. There are many people teaching the same basic strategy to do that. The one I've learned is the Dave Ramsey plan. It's very simple once you learn all the steps. Most of it is common sense once you know what you're looking at. So how can the Dave Ramsey plan help with you? If you follow the plan, you will instantly stop accumulating debt because you'll cut up your credit cards. You'll start saving more money than you thought you ever could because you'll start a budget and you'll start paying off debt. The stress levels and fights over money will go way down. An essay on studymobile.com says that the main cause of divorce is poor communication and financial problems. This class will help you with both. So who can take the class? Well, the younger people should be taking it because they'll be much better off the earlier you start. But it doesn't matter how old you are or how deep in debt you are, anybody will benefit from it. And you will instantly start saving and improving your financial life. So what is the catch on all this? Well, if there's any catch, it'd be that it costs about $100 to take the class. But if you complete the class, you get half your money back and you have access to all future classes all throughout America. All it takes is a couple hours, 1 day a week for about 91 days. So anybody can take the class, but this class is not for the average American. You must be ready to make serious life changes. You must be open to ideas that the average American thinks is crazy, like cutting up your credit cards. And you must want to better yourself. The information in the class can be found for free anywhere online and in books, but this class gathers them all into one spot and makes it easy to understand. And does this class even work? Well, speaking from personal experience, yes, it does work. My wife and I stopped collecting debt. We started saving, and we paid off thousands of dollars in debt. According to Dave Ramsey on DaveRamsey.com, over 4.5 million people have taken the class so far. And if they've actively engaged with the class, every one of them has come out better off than before. So there are many people competing for your paycheck, and it's easy to rack up huge debts before you're even out of school. Huge loans with high interest rates will give you an amazing credit score, but what's that even worth? You don't have to become reliant on a good credit score to buy what you need. There is a better way. So I'm not going to change anybody's mind with this. From personal experience, I know you'll not even look at it until you're sick of debt and you have to make the call for yourself. So getting into debt has become the normal in America. Our culture promotes it as a good thing, but it can control your life and cause unnecessary stress. If you're not happy owing your soul to MasterCard, you don't have to take that path. You can do some research on the web or sign up for Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. It will change your life.